friends, enemies, those still under review, and those who are accustomed to the beard. I'm sorry. Crack acquired. So let's come out. Anyway, so the image that I just showed in the Discord is of the leader of the Waffen-SS, Heinrich Himmler, and the leader of the SA, Ernst Röhm. Now, these two men were basically the leading figures of Nazism behind Hitler. So Hitler was the political leader of the Nazis. Ernst Röhm was the leader of the SA, also known as the Brown Shirts, and they were the paramilitary organization that was associated with the Nazis. Now, Ernst Röhm was, what's the word? He was responsible for carrying out, basically whatever the Nazi Party wanted them to do before they came to power in Germany. So, before 1933, Ernst Röhm had actually been ousted from the party because he basically tried to take control of it, and then he got the boot. And Heinrich Himmler was the leader of the SS. And originally the SS were just Hitler's bodyguards. But as the SA started to lose influence within the organization, the SS sort of took power away from the SA. I don't remember what either of those stand for. It's some weird German thing. But anyway, so Himmler, or hold on, Röhm, Ernst Röhm, he basically pushes forward a proposition to Hitler saying, put us in charge of the military, or we are going to overthrow you. This is a vast generalization, but that's kind of what he said. Now, the military were like, who the fuck this bitch think he is? And Hitler also didn't like this idea. He had served in the military in World War I, and he also really needed the support of the military in order to stay in power. So, Himmler, not Hitler, Himmler, comes to Hitler with an idea. What if we just got rid of them? Now, the SA at this point, just for some reference, had 3 million members. Right. 3, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. 3 million. So, what did they do? How did they get rid of the SA? So, let's talk about the Night of the Long Knives. So the Night of the Long Knives was the plan devised by Himmler in order to remove the SA leadership and kill off every other political opponent in Germany. But the main, which sounds like a really wild thing to just throw in as an aside, but that's kind of what happened. So Himmler issued a list of the people that that they were going to kill to each of the officers of the SS. And originally, this list had started as just the high-ranking members of the SA. But eventually, it also turned into the governor of Bavaria during the beer hall push, the former newspaper editor in Berlin who was Jewish. It included a lot of people. Basically, anyone who had ever said anything to oppose the Nazis in any way was on this list, and they were systematically executed within 2 days. Now, here's a good example of some of the people they killed. So Ernst Röhm, specifically, he was captured, taken to a prison, tortured, and then shot. Ernst Röhm, at the time, was the second most powerful man in Germany, and he was shot in a prison. Now, here's another good example to illustrate this. Otto Strasser was a early leading member of the Nazi Party. In fact, he had, if I'm not mistaken, was in the Nazi Party before Hitler even joined. Now, Strasser at one point had tried to take control away of the Nazi Party from Hitler because the two disagreed slightly on what the future of the Nazi Party would be. Strasser was more... So, Nazis, technically, are National Socialist. That's what it was. The Nazi Party was officially called the German National Socialist Party. Some along those lines. I don't think that's exactly what it is, but that's what they mean. So, National Socialism. Now, Hitler very much emphasized the national bit of National Socialism. Strasser was more emphasizing the socialism part of that. Now, he was not a leftist. He was not a communist or a socialist in any way that we would define today. But he did want to seize the means of production, not to give to the people, but to give to the government. That's kind of what he meant. So he wanted to create a command economy. Now, Hitler would eventually end up doing this anyway. But when Strasser proposed this, he kind of formed a rift in the Nazi Party, and he basically ended up leaving. Now, when the Night of the Long Knives happens, Himmler throws in Otto Strasser's name to the list of people to be murdered. Himmler was a cold motherfucker. Here's another example of just why Himmler was insane. This is not at all what I had planned for this, but here's another example of why Himmler was insane. Hitler is a few weeks away from committing suicide. You know, Hitler was so close to killing Hitler. And basically, he had already decided that the war was lost. Everyone in Germany had decided that. So, Himmler, being the amazing, smart individual he was, tries to launch a coup a month before Hitler commits suicide. For reasons? Because he could? Who knows? But Himmler tried. He was arrested almost immediately. He didn't make it very far. He was the leader of the fucking Secret Service, but he couldn't do jack shit. God, I've said Nazi so many times in this video. This is totally getting age restricted. Like, I know no one actually looks for these videos. It's just you people looking for this. But, like, this video is getting age restricted hard. I wonder how many times I can say Hitler before they ban my account. Oh, I'm so fucked. I'm screwed.